extended party.
Yeah.
Let me get my stream pin.
Oh, Shield Master, that's right.
Shield Master.
Yeah.
Yes, very good.
I'm defensive bell bottom.
Defensive bell bottom. Let me double check my episodes. There. At stream pangs. There we are. Oh, that's not right. Get some music. My notes will be somewhat important today. Well,
yeah.
Last of that already. Would anyone like to give a little recap of what happened last time?
I'll take it if no one else wants to, because I remember it this time, but let's tell it to everybody else. At the end of the session previously, we just got towards the Temple of Tenignus, and we, after dealing with some undead monks and an undead giant, we heard sounds of battle. I think we saw the Dragonborn in the distance, so we started rushing towards the temple to try and help our friend. As we got there, there was a lot of fucked shit. There was a load of undead monks, the undead vampire person with his head in his hands that we'd seen previously, and a massive pile of dead bodies. Was it in the shape of a dragon? I can't remember. Or was it on top of a dragon statue? Something to do with that. And it was awful. We had the fight. There was a lot of disintegrations. There was Boone summoning the sun. A lot of just fucking up the main dude and making it so he can't move. But eventually we dealt with them all. I know before the end of the fight, Barandra went in and helped the Dragonborn with the rest of the monks. And we dealt with the monks, dealt with all of them, and then we went further up into the temple to find... Oh, I can't remember the character's name, because I don't know them too well, in or out of character. But we found two of our allies, basically dealt with who used to be the head monk of the Tenignus temple who had been turned, and dealt with all the enemies upstairs, and basically we cleared the temple. They took the body of the main Tenignus head to deal with and to bury, and the rest of us stayed up there and spoke to the flame of the temple. And we were all given another like blessing type thing that we'd had previously when I think it was sacrificed to Gora, something similar. And we're all kind of fucked up, and I think we rested for the night, and we all leveled up at the end of the session. And yeah.
Indeed, take an inspiration for that. After dispatching the Dullahan and dispersing its weird effigy of corpses atop the temple statues, you did indeed help Delia move. You spoke to the flame, which gave you a mission to unite it with its family once more.
Which we said we'd do after we'd dealt with the vampire duke. After we'd helped this land, basically.
The gang goes east again, essentially.
Indeed. Yep. That was your decision, which will affect the world.
In a positive way.
We're gonna have to make a temple for that out east now, at the spot on the river where that is.
Cantera's next, guys.
But yes, the Silver Flame spoke and asked you all to reconnect it with its family in whatever home that would be. And then people began to disperse. Delia prepared 2 great flames with pits for bodies, and they were burned to ash until all that remained was brittle bones, which too were crushed to powder.
Could Oakenil have checked the body of the main dude to see if there's anything of value on him?
Certainly that one wasn't burned, so...
Wonderful.
but we'll get to that right after this.
Wonderful. Just wanted to make sure.
I'm so sorry. My fantasy grounds is just opening.
All good, don't worry.
I'm making it slower actively.
I'll get you all a map once I finish this little description. Those skeleton bone dust and the ashes were kind of mixed together, gathered up, and cast out down the mountainside on the winds, while Delia repeated a prayer over and over. Life's flame extinguished, burned brighter, and by it changed. Become the start of something new, and one day return to us 1,000 different things. Be passionate, be beautiful, be the tough times and the good. For we too were formed of 1,000 ashes, haphazardly placed together, and changed by the actions of unknown multitudes. And soon we will make what comes next of you again. Until then, you are remembered by friends and family. And she repeats this again and again as you guys push off the ashes of like 20 different people. Then people gather back towards the temple. Towards the Temple of the Flame at the heart of this whole monastery complex.
Dealing with the dead never gets softer or lighter.
Delia kind of nods to you, Boone. No, but you do get more used to it. And she'll kind of head around and you can hear her stomping up the stairs. O'Neil, when you were searching the body,
Yeah.
it is wearing plate armor
Let's go!
with no helmet.
Yeah. It's fine.
And it does have some kind of magic axe.
Ooh. Oakeney will take both. And yeah.
You're all a little
You'll kind of-
battered still,
you won't-
but
Yeah, he won't put it on because he'll want to check. He'll want to get Frondridge to make sure there's nothing fucked with it, but
yeah. So I'm just gonna hold you aside for a moment, O'Neil.
yeah, all good. Of course.
We're gonna
Thank you,
we're gonna
Boone.
let people move around.
Mm-hmm.
Boone heals Jax. Just a quick cure wounds.
You're very welcome. Though you cannot die, it is still no fun if you do.
So it would be a lot of travel if you did die.
The logistics would become very difficult.
It's so far away.
And it not only is it a lot of travel, it's a lot of travel without you, Jax, which is kind of what we need you for a lot of the
Like,
time.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's actually very fair.
Also,
It would-
the closest thing we have to a dragon to bring you back is the Demone, and I don't want that. I don't want you doing that.
No more with that.
Can we kill it when we get home? Can we please kill it? when
Why did we
get
bring
home?
it back?
We. I look at
A
Sandra.
royal we. Royal we.
If I'm going to make one bad decision, why not to bring a friend home?
That is implying you've only made one bad decision.
He's right.
I never. Since when?
Oh, Darius!
Are you calling me over for...
Using you as reference.
I'm
I
sorry.
thought so.
Now I have to
Yes.
go deal with my mistakes.
Okay.
Hello,
Well,
Sarah!
Hi.
Jax was semi-dramatically just whipping her head back and forth.
Like, oh. I'm gonna hop over to Sarah, but first I want to get this little thing through for Okanil so he can join up with the group.
Oh,
Because as you're approaching the building and everyone else is chatting, you're near enough you can hear them. You're like just outside and you're starting up the steps, Okanil. And then a voice in your head speaks. Your axe. It says, "You were too cautious."
I got the kill. You got your payment.
And I will forgive you. Because for one moment there, I was full.
There's more to come.
I look forward to it. Swing recklessly, and my axe will cleave your enemies, Okanil.
I'm still gonna protect them.
You sense discomfort in it, like a sigh. But that's all.
Consequence. Anyway. Yeah, Okanil will slowly head back up to the rest of the group and just catch up.
Sarah stands up, steps forwards. You all got here really fast. Thank you.
We try to move swiftly. We also, well, we have Swift.
Yeah. This place was harder to get to than I thought.
It was nice of you to come.
I said I would. The locals seem aware of me in the area. It's probably why that thing was sent here. I really couldn't have overcome it on my own.
Are you still traveling largely on your lonesome?
Mostly.
Why?
Not many people who wanted to come out to the duchy, Boone.
I know, but in times not to the duchy or things like that, are you still traveling on your lonesome?
I suppose I would be.
So I ask again, why?
Well, I don't really have many people left. I make new friends. But I don't know if I want to take them where I need to go. You know?
Where do you need to go?
There's a tower in the wound. I'll need to go there eventually. There's no rush to it as of yet. Seems like you all are doing something rather important.
Well, I'm going to be honest, I was going to ask you to do something very stupid and brave and dangerous, if you'd be interested.
I think that's most of what I do.
I would have to agree and also say that I empathize.
Of course I'll back you up. Where are we going? What evil are we ending this time?
So have you ever heard of a vampire?
No.
Yes.
Sarah, shifts her wrapped up spear a bunch. You know what it is because you've seen it unraveled a couple times. She says, "Okay. We've got a fair few people here. Do you have a plan?
I have a metaphor.
That's pretty much all I ever worked with. Sure.
I'm not. I think you know, Sarah. I'm not really the planner. I'm there when things go wrong. And here we have many people who know how to dance in the sunlight. And he'll like raise a claw and point at her wrapped eyes and say, "I think it would be nice if we had someone who was used to the darkness."
I'll help you how I can. Put me where you need me. I and the scorned lady stand behind you.
You know, I've never really understand why she's the scorned lady. She's always been very nice to me.
That's because you're a very good person, Boone. She's very cruel to people who are evil.
Okay, so this is okay. He like gesticulates.
She does.
This is good.
Yeah. We'll, be doing her will by punishing someone who's done great evil.
We will be changing people's lives for the better.
And that's the part I like.
Adern, and he turns.
Adern's like standing over here, eyes closed, he'll open them. Just the one that works, of course.
I'm going to ask you to do something that is very insensitive.
What is it, cousin of mine?
If this works, you're most likely going to die, Adern.
I told you. I wanted to save my home. I didn't know what my home was. Tully is still alive. But I think my life has been spent well. If it must be spent. Though I ask if it is to end, that I might have a few more moments upstairs.
You can have every moment you want.
He nods. Deli is meditating. I'm going to go meditate with her.
Always found meditation very boring. Is that a part of it? I don't want to do that.
Normally it is. The monks tame you to control your mind, tame the fire within and without.
He's going to turn to Sarah and whisper, "We're going to make some changes about how they make this faith exciting."
I think you'll do good at that. I can't say I know terribly much about what they do already.
Me neither, and I'm already is like 0 for 3 on what's exciting.
Seems like they were more of a training camp than anything else.
Should be like a... We'll talk about it later, Sarah.
Yeah, sure.
Watch this. And Boone breathes fire.
The brazier catches. If anyone else wants to hop around or roleplay or whatnot, feel free, by the way.
And he'll dissolve into chitter chatter or whatever.
Oakenhill comes in the main room, holding the plate armor and the axe in his hand. I found goodies. Rondra, can you check that these aren't like fucked and gonna burn my soul? Because I kind of already gave that to a demon.
Rondra will pause. He'll reach for it and then pause at that. He'll just raise an eyebrow.
Don't worry about
Shake
it.
his head and he'll go to.
You saw me
cast
talk to my axe, it's fine.
Identify, and then it's not gonna work because he has no spell slots.
Right.
And he'll close his eyes and he'll lay a hand on it and he'll go, "Fuck. Yeah, no, but I need to take like a nap."
I get you. I get you.
Can't. Let me at least try something. Can I just roll Arcana to see if I can glean anything?
It's mainly the plate armor I'm bothered about the most. So
So the plate armor has some kind of minor transmutation enchantments on it. You're not sure exactly what, but you do recognize the axe because it's enchanted with a very famous enchantment. It is a Vorpal axe.
Oh. Oh my god.
What? Is it worth any? Is it not worth that much? It's okay if
Sometimes
I can throw it
called the
away.
headsman's axe.
I can throw it away if you want.
No, no, don't do that. Okay,
You
so
sound like it was bad.
I don't know if they're cursed yet. I'm gonna
Okay.
find out as soon as I can.
I'll spend the night shining up the armor. The axe I'm
Yeah.
just gonna keep and sell. So
No,
what? Why not?
that
I already got a pretty cool one, and he pulls one up that has like an eye appears on it and disappears. I got a pretty cool
Stream
one.
folks,
So
by the way.
That
Thank you
axe
very
will
much,
sell for a lot if you want to sell
Bard,
it. However,
Corellian,
comma,
and
that thing
Aaron,
can cut things heads
for all your
off,
support.
just
It really does mean a lot.
like that. I don't know how to describe it to you.
how about you describe it tomorrow when you can use your magic more?
Fine by me.
Sounds good.
Sometimes
clean it
I
up,
just
I'll
have to
clean it up.
wonder at the kindness of the people
Absolutely.
around me.
Yeah.
You're all pretty cool.
There's skin left on the armor. What the?
If Ferundra's getting closer, Isandra
Yeah.
twitches and steps to the side.
Yeah,
Let's focus on that for a moment,
Yeah.
actually.
I
Yeah.
noticed.
It's pretty obvious, yeah. Isandra seems to be quite tense. He steps away from you as you approach, almost a twitch shift away. Isandra, it smells of ash in here, but more strongly, you can smell the blood spilled, and even better, you can almost hear every pulse, feel it within every person around you. You feel fast, you feel strong, and you feel drawn towards them. The hunger is coming in as we reach the end of the 6th night and into the 7th. Please roll me a D100.
Drum roll.
Yeah, that's all
What
for
does
now.
it mean? Oh.
Oh,
These folks
how's
are-
everyone feeling?
Tired for me, but I'll just look to Isandra.
Yeah. I think that and he'll like press that hand to his mouth.
You gonna be
I
sick?
need to. No, I need to feed and
Oh.
swim.
I think Sarah's gonna pull you along back to the main room too, Boone, since that's where everyone is.
And so you have to make sure the roasted onions. Why are you running from me?
I'm not running. We're meeting up with everyone else, Boone.
You zoned out when I brought up roasted sage.
Boone, roasted, is it good? I've only ever smelt it burned.
It's very good.
Okay.
Hi guys.
Isandra's just gonna take a little few steps back.
Isandra, if that's what you need, we are right here.
Yes, Bonnie.
At least I'm right here.
I don't want to.
I am right here as well.
I am, but I don't want to risk werewolf, vampire. You know, I don't. Yeah,
I
no.
think that's fair.
Mm-hmm. We could. It
There's
could
a
be
werewolf
cool. It could also be
vampire?
awful. No, I'm saying they. Honestly,
We're
could risk
vampire.
Isandra?
We
No,
could risk
I don't wanna make a
it.
joke
Is
of
that
it.
what you said? We could risk it.
Wait, Sandra, do you need to eat?
Yes, I
Okay.
Thank you for not making it weird. Isandra
You're making it weird. Like, just
He like pivots around, his back turning to the rest of the group, and then
Don't turn me into a vampire.
I can't do that.
You don't know your own abilities. We've grown a lot.
Cecilia's been quietly discussing something here. She's gonna turn around now.
Okay, don't look, boss lady. Okay, this is ridiculous.
Sandra's hands Boone's forearm. Ah,
She'll turn back around.
thank you. And he'll mutter, "I'm fang shy," as he's biting into Boone's wrist.
That's not ow funny, ow.
You'll take some damage, but for you guys, this really isn't like notable.
Yeah. O'Connell just whispers to Frandra, he's like, but it could be cool, like, you know. Werewolf together.
Oh, God.
That's fine.
Oh, Sandra's dead from the sun. Shit.
I think it'll be Erwin who comes over. Goes. You have camping supplies?
I would say we are very camp.
That is not what he means, Boone.
I have my hammock, I'm good.
Right. Get a good rest, all of you.
What time of the day is it?
It's the evening at this point. By the time all the rituals had been dealt with and searching had been done and whatnot.
By the way, Boone, thank you. The rest of you, please don't overwhelm me as choice again, like that ever, when I'm in that state.
I'm just... If you're a vampire werewolf that could be, like really badass,
I'm good.
I'm saying this is a person who has been... I'm saying this is a person who the werewolf thing is one of the worst things that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
But, you know...
Okay, I don't want the worst things that has ever happened to you to happen to me, in addition
now
to
you
the worst
think...
things that has ever happened to me.
That's a good point, yeah. Yeah, good point. We'll skip that one. Before we go to bed, I'm going to start cleaning out some of this wood. And O'Connell will just start grabbing planks of destroyed wood and just taking it outside. Just does that for like an hour.
I need to find Vinicio and talk to him.
Shit, where's...
I need to find a bear.
Okay, he's there. Good. I did put him
Hi,
over
Sarah.
there. Hi.
And
Oh. He drops the human, like the
Oh,
James thing again.
right. Huh. I met you several times, didn't I?
Oh yeah, it's been real funny for me.
She knows.
You ever wondered why the Bell-Bottom family is so large?
I have so many brothers and sisters. I love them.
And they all act kind of similar. Anyway.
And have the same voice.
Yeah, crazy. It's a really big family tree.
I could be you. I become Sarah.
She can't see. She doesn't know.
Sarah whispers to O'Connell, they look like you right now.
Oh.
I become Sarah. She can't see.
Alright.
Sarah, this is a weird question. How does your whole eye thing work? Like, are you properly blind? Can you see anything? Like, how do you fight and stuff if you can't see?
I can see in a way. I can sense what is around me, especially... And don't take this poorly, but especially those who have committed great evils.
Oh.
Yeah, that tracks. I killed a man.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna skip over that one.
Yeah.
You know, we all have a past. How hurt are you?
I'm mostly fine.
You want to carry
Between
some wood?
Delia and I, we were able to hold off the monk up there for quite a while.
Want to help me clear out some of this wood from the temple?
Sure.
And then, yeah, okay, I'll just get Sarah's help and just start clearing out some of it.
She'll keep helping you with that. Come up here.
Oakneil and Sarah will be best buds, I swear.
They
I
go
swear
along
that
right from the
Oakneil.
start.
I want. Mm-hmm.
Back to back fighting, first meeting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but then there's Rose. It's also awesome. Fuck. Shit.
Darius is just leaning against the entryway, watching his people go past.
Hello, Darius. I need to confirm something with you before I make a mountain out of a molehill. So if we successfully, and he makes a grisly motion, like a stabbing motion, La Duca, Vinicio, what of him and the others?
They will die. Most certainly.
But what of Loretta, somebody who has previously held it?
I'm not sure exactly what your allies did. They seemed to call upon multiple gods. They invoked a ritual. We gave things up. And she got up, even though it didn't look like it was going to work.
Is she still afflicted?
No, she's entirely human now. She doesn't even have the sharp teeth.
Okay. So, Vinicio is also going to die, but he's... Does he know?
I'm not sure if he does. I haven't talked about it with him. It's not something I would want to know going in.
I want him to know. I need him to know, actually. We need to fix that. That cannot be a thing.
And he does exactly that. He and breathes in, shakes his head side to side. All right. Yes, the right thing to do. He's just going to freak out, though.
That is fine. I would broach the topic with him. It was something that I was thinking on since I had received I'd received some notes from my creator about vampirism, what it would mean for someone like me under my circumstances that I was created.
I'll go with you, come on. Those notes were from, which one?
Marceau.
Was our main contact. And I'll just head up the stairs with you. I'll briefly jump and allow someone else to hop into any roleplay they would like, if they would like, before we jump back upstairs. There you go.
Man doesn't need any roleplay, but Oakneil's just catching Sarah up on everything that's happened since the temple, on the top of the mountain. It's like, then we met a god. That was.
Oh, we lost you. Your mic's gone.
So funny.
some kind of thunk, and I cannot hear you anymore, Corellian. However, Sarah will listen to the stories of of your exploits in the last month and a bit. And be very surprised.
My headset went weird.
Ah, well, you're good now.
Yeah. Oakneil just spends the time with carrying the wood, just catching up with Sarah on everything that they've done.
And she'll tell you about her journey up here.
Mm-hmm.
She managed to get teleportation to Camp Ismara.
Okay.
And then she had to travel through the Skittering Woods. She tells you all about the weird spiders in there, including the tree spiders and the blood swamp area she traveled through.
It's fucked.
And her getting here and whatnot.
Yeah. It is, yeah. Doesn't need RP, but yeah, that's what Oakneil spends the hour doing or so.
Okay.
And then we'll just go to bed after the hour or so, you know?
Alright. I see Jax has come over to this corner of the building where there's a little bookshelf remaining with a number of ruined books across the floor.
I think she's just trying to pick up and clean a little bit more.
Absolutely. It helped clear the place up. Most of the books are pretty well ruined, but you can at least stack them nicely, try and mend them together where you can. And then as you get up Boone, the flame is still roaring, though the chains have been returned to their neutral middle position. I have a swift upstairs as well for some reason. There we go. Delia is sitting cross-legged, fists held together against each other, meditating. Sitting next to her is Edern.
Boone will look down at Bonnie. Well, we should at least fucking try. And we'll sit crisscross applesauce and lean his head over and probably fall asleep.
Absolutely. And fall asleep by the warmth of the flame at the top of the tower. Then we'll hop back over to Darius and Isandra. Looks like Karuna and Vinicio are hanging out just on a corner at one of the stairs here.
Okay.
Darius heading up. I don't have an excellent track record with this. I'm going to let you start it.
Right, because I have so much more tact.
Vinicio kind of looks over, Karuna waves, says, "Welcome up." There's a few others upstairs if you're looking for them.
Oh, no, I was actually looking for Vinicio here.
Me?
Yes, you, of course.
Kind of straightens his back up. Okay, you both okay? You look serious.
You know, I typically have a pretty grave expression on my face most of the time, but when I went back to my hometown, I had received a box of notes from my creator about the nature of vampires and why my creation violates sort of how the hierarchy is constructed here in the duchy. The vampiric one.
There's some realization across Vinicio's face as you say that. You weren't killed, were you?
No, I was not. Or so my creator suspects. But if he's willing to write that down and leave it in a book in my childhood home where anyone who was curious enough could discover it.
Right, it might not have been for you.
What?
Okay.
I'm going to suppose, based on where it was, that it was for me.
Right. It's
Yeah.
for you, but not written for you, per se.
Mm-hmm. But it was, if we are successful in getting rid of La Duca, killing him, that would...
I mean, we'll have an awful lot of others to worry about right afterwards.
Vinicio, you would die.
Huh?
If you are killed in the process, the transformation. As what I think pretty much everyone else.
What? What? Well, then we can't kill him.
I know. I think that's why he did it. Because if he goes down, so does everyone else that could have an interest in usurping him. Would just take one strand being cut away from the spider web to unravel.
Vinicio, you've talked with him a number of times. You know how he works. He has that sort of deer in the headlights look about him right now. His gaze flicks right to Darius, who solemnly nods. Then back to you. And you can tell there's a lot of thoughts going on behind his eyes. Perhaps too fast for him to speak them out loud, or perhaps... you probably know by now he's been in enough situations where there's people in front of him he can't really disagree with. And Karuna steps forwards and says, "But we can fix that, right?"
For Vinicio, maybe. But what about all of the other Vinicios who wouldn't have Nisandra? Who are willing or capable of helping their friend?
And Karuna scratches the side of her face. Oddly enough, I sympathize very strongly. I was in a very similar situation not very long ago.
I need to talk with the rest of the party. Please know that I cannot make any calls without the rest of them.
Right.
But Vinicio, I'm going to help find a way for at the very least you. Okay?
He nods fairly quickly. I'll, Okay.
And whatever your decision, if it is to help or to get in our way or to run, I will not fault you. But please wait, so that we can try to find a remedy.
He sucks his cheeks in and nods. You're like, let's get somewhere less high up. Come on.
I'm going to bed.
Darius looking back
Thank you,
down.
Darius, for coming.
I didn't say terribly much.
That's okay. Still being there helps.
You know. He steps down. There is one way.
Hmm.
To get the effect you wanted. With the choice.
I think when we see the rest of the party, we should talk more in depth about it. I really need to get some rest.
Tomorrow, then.
Thank you.
Then you all will rest. Get these folks down here. After some much needed sleep, you will awaken. You find yourself alone at the top, Boone. But there is a blanket wrapped over you.
Oh, particularly scratchy. I like that. And he'll like scratch himself with the blanket. Get underneath the scales. I like that. Boone casts Word of Recall.
Absolutely. There's a little pulse as the lines of the room glow for a moment. Which everyone can see, by the way, because there's a hollow center to this main tower.
No, don't pay any mind. Just hygiene. I think we got away with that, Bonnie.
Yeah, if any of you all can awaken as you wish here. There's a little pulse of light at the top of the tower.
Good morning, Boone.
O'Neill's on his
Very
morning
modest
jog and sees-
person. Don't talk to me.
O'Neill's on his morning run and sees a light in the top of the tower. He's like, "Whoa."
Ooh.
In the morning, Isandra is currently laid up against this wall, and there's an empty right next to him as he had drank one of his 2 bottles of rosé that he had. And he's leaned over, he has his like coat pulled over his head to create a hood blocking out light.
Okay.
Change.
Okay, comes. Everything okay? There was a light on the top of the tower. Everything okay? Everything. What was that?
Everything is fine. Do not worry.
Okay. I trust you, Boone. Morning, everybody.
Because I don't trust him.
I
But
can
believe he's telling
teleport
the
now.
truth. Oh, that's
Are
incredible.
you a wizard now? What?
Oh, I am a priest.
A wizard priest? Oh god.
You don't
that's
trust
cool.
me?
I trust you. Oh,
No,
Darius. Oh,
It's a matter of philosophy, actually, Boone. You're too kind.
I'm the only one who advocated against killing you.
I was gonna say for a good chunk of that conversation when we were at your old house, We were siding with your wife. Anyway,
I definitely said that the wrong way.
letters cost nothing, you know, bud. As Oakenhill walks by.
Boone like pats for his, like around his waist to make sure he still has a coin bag. Walks away from Darius.
Darius sighs.
As soon as Isandra hears Oakenheel's like footsteps approach, Isandra is just gonna fall very quickly to his right. He's not like moving or anything. He's just like actually falling over in the same position that he's sitting in to the side like that.
Oakenhill pulls out of his because he has his hammock in his backpack. He pulls out the pillow, lifts up Isandra's head slightly, and puts the pillow under it, and then just leaves them.
I should probably get up, shouldn't I?
Probably would help, but you know, a little extra sleep never hurt anybody. Except when we're trying to kill a whole vampire lord and, you know, stop someone becoming a god. But, you know, a little extra sleep.
By the way, for your reference, Isandra is still like, he still has the like coat pulled over atop his head and over his face.
Oakenhill just doesn't question it. It's like, this it's fucking Isandra. It makes sense. It checks. Can I have that pillow back?
Yes, you should.
Thanks.
And he'll grab the pillow and offer it to Oakenhill. And he'll grab the empty. And he'll slide it underneath his jacket.
Real subtle, real subtle. Morning, Ferrandra. You mean
Yeah,
it,
what
bud?
does said or didn't say.
Yeah, that's great words.
Verandra is leaning against the wall, fully still asleep, like snoring with his violin in his lap.
Oakenhill carefully takes the violin out of his lap so it doesn't damage it.
Okay.
Stands a little bit away. Morning, Ferrandra!
Jesus fucking Christ! Like he'll like go for his sword.
Morning,
Like,
bud.
oh,
Morning.
hi.
I moved
Why
your
do you-
violin so you didn't break it.
Oh, thanks. He'll like do a big stretch like a cat.
I'm pretty sure we're probably going to end up all planning something because, you know, we got the big thing to deal with. So I thought it'd be cool.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'll grab it and go.
Let me bring these guys on.
The army. Yes.
Yes, the the group assembles.
Yeah. Where are the Dragonborn guys?
There's one right next to
Did
you.
we make this a bigger circle?
It's a heart
there's
right
more.
now. Why do we
Where
have
are
a
they?
heart?
You
Look
not
at the
love it?
leaders, at least. Yeah.
Because it is proof that we have one.
Do you not love it? Roger?
Don't make wisecracks at me.
It was more of a joke than a wisecrack, but sure.
I know. Look, I'm tired. I get to be a little snappy.
I thought you were Ferrandra.
This is how the party falls apart.
Yeah, it's too
we're
many
going to start
jokes.
stabbing each other now.
Because
But my
people
grandpa,
are
okay, he taught me.
assembling. Delia will just make a quick nod to you, Ferrandra, and say, for what it's worth, the music was beautiful.
It'll like actually probably like blush a little bit. He didn't think anybody was listening. And he'll be like, thanks. I appreciate that.
Identified. Okay, I need to... need to make the circle bigger.
Move the goobers.
Okay.
Well, I can't move Sarah for some reason.
Oh, they're going. Oh, they're here.
You've learned how to apparate. What the fuck?
Phasing it out.
They come they just go through the front door.
I can only move player characters for some reason. Weird.
A lot of these are currently labeled as enemies. Don't mind that. They're not.
That's
Plot
what we
twist.
think.
Fucking plot twist.
These are your...
My favorite thing. Why is Smidgen's an enemy?
Sarah's here to blow up another Tenignan thing.
I think we need to get a big round table for home.
A round table.
Yes, you know, My table was quite large, but I don't think it's enough for this many people.
We have a lot of friends.
Yes.
Bone's very nice to people, so we become popular.
I've hired roughly 30 to 40 mercenaries to be the temple bodyguards
For their retirement.
for their retirement.
Oh,
Oh.
that's right.
Do you think when we're done with Azamundus, we're gonna get home and there's gonna be 40 people waiting outside Bed Black for
Mhm.
you?
I am going to have to work until I die to continue paying their wages. I am not good at math.
What did you promise them? Like 1,000,000 gold or something?
They
I
promise him
think
a
it
lot.
was $1 billion.
I hope he'll start using his fingers and lose his count.
The coachman will cough. It wasn't so bad.
Is this where we make like a plan and stuff?
Yes, we had started
Oh,
the
good.
formation of a plan. I'm going to go over it and see if you want to make any changes to it or add details.
Before we begin, I would actually like to offer this bit of information. If we kill Laduca, Vinicio and everyone else that was killed during the transformation process is also going to die.
Can we not do the same thing that we did for
That's too much of a risk.
yeah.
That's too many people.
The gods
mean,
ask for
for-
great sacrifice for such things, says Sarah.
Yeah, good point.
Sandra, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Both Jax and I can cure, and I think we've both been debilitated by deliberation. What if we just cure him?
Wouldn't he still lose the power that he got to make everyone vampires? And same problem.
Celia, rubs her chin.
We know what happens if he dies. We don't know what happens if he stops being a vampire.
Okay. But if let's say we cure him and he doesn't kill any of the vampires, we then have a whole castle of pissed off people that the Duke is technically still in command of.
Then we kill him.
I was gonna say we can kill him after he's not a vampire if everyone lives.
And then what if they die because he's died?
I don't think that it'll. I think that if they're going to die, if he's cured, they'll die when he's cured. If he's sired them all, then I don't know. It's just an idea, everyone.
No, I get you.
My only speculation with that, Boone, is that, at least from what we've seen so far, these people in Home Motion to Vinicio, they aren't, diseased or connected necessarily. They are dead. The only thing keeping them alive is the curse. Ending the curse, whether we get rid of it or kill him, I think it's the same result.
We saw what happened with Loretta.
Yeah. I
But
watched.
that's different. In that this is no disrespect. You're cutting strings. This is the power of gods.
Fair.
It's true.
From our prediction, I don't know if it will necessarily cut everything off at the source. Because we think the source is the box.
I was going to suggest that if we can, We need to get that box either way. Whether we kill him or not, we need to get that box. And we need to destroy that box, put it in somebody's care that we actually trust.
I'd vote for the destroy one.
It just needs to not be in people's hands.
I agree.
But I want to, at the very least. I want to cure Vinicio, if we can. So that, regardless of what plays out in the castle, Vinicio is okay.
Assuming we don't know where Cinzia is, right?
I'm going to assume that she's probably back here. And without the other artifacts they are looking at, Cinzia is probably indisposed or dead.
I can check.
Or you can do the whole message thing. Yeah.
We did save Cynthia when we were in
Save is a
Gosh,
strong word.
yeah. Or
Save is a strong
Yeah.
word. We got them away from everything. But...
Yeah.
That's why I said indisposed or dead.
Hmm.
Wait, felt like. And correct me if I'm wrong, Zach. Didn't I like cut the thing that forced her to listen? Like specifically the charm, or was that temporary?
I
You
don't
cut something
believe...
to It was to Azamundus, is what you cut. Pretty sure.
Okay,
You?
Because he was at the ball that we were at.
gotcha. Well, if you'd like, I can check for Cinzia. My only concern at the moment is that it seems like no matter what, we're still going in there, and I don't want to drain myself before things are going to get real serious.
How long will it take us to get to the castle? And, the place?
About 2 days travel, if my...
Well, never
We got
mind.
enough time to rest
Yeah.
then.
If we're going to cure Vinicio, it might as well be here.
I could do it.
If you do this
Yeah.
one, Jax, please know that you can have input on who I use mine with.
I should be able to sweat.
Vinicio, what are you going to do afterwards? What's your plan?
Funny you ask me that. I was thinking about that a lot tonight. I don't really know. I won't have anywhere to go after this. I would come back with you all, I guess. I grew up in that castle.
Well,
Everyone's got to leave home eventually.
I left home a long time ago, Ganil.
That's fair.
well, I for one have no quarrels with you coming with us.
And also, you got to think now you'd be able to have Boone's food.
Yeah, I mean, you do say it's pretty good.
It's really fucking good.
Oh, don't be humble.
He downplays himself. Stop it.
It's all right. I mean, it's just some of the best food any of these people have ever tasted. It's fine. It's
Oh, there it is.
not.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. It's really just a few hours in the kitchen. It's magical. It's just.
Mm.
It's really. It's fine.
There's a couple people around the area that nod along, notably Erwin, Karuna, Sarah. Little smiles.
Some might say it's godly.
really did a 180 here on the humbleness there, Boone.
Of course, I didn't say I would. I just said some would, in my humble opinion.
Real subtle.
So humble.
Anyway, this life-changing thing for you, I can never know how to pronounce your name. I know your name.
Vinicio.
Benicio, that's the one. The C's, you don't have many C's where I'm from. Makes everything weird.
There's just
I say
one
his
thing.
name is Spruce, but I'll skip over it.
That's a pass.
There's just one thing I want to ask in return. I want you to promise me that you will try your best to leave this place better than you found it. Be that making one person smile. Make a positive impact.
He looks confused for a moment. Then he'll look up. Okay, I can do that.
She will put her hand on Vinicio's shoulder, and then I guess we'll try and call on the force that was gifted to her.
You will see as there is a blaze of golden light shining from between Jax's scales. It lasts 1, 2, 3 seconds, and then it seems to fade almost in a pulse up their body towards Vinicio. Jax, is left as normal. And then Vinicio twitches a little bit. Oh, I feel... Oh, things smell weird. And he sort of seems to shift a little bit. He stumbles to the left. And it looks like he's gonna fall over.
Oh, can you all go to catch him if no one else does?
Yeah, you can like slide in if you want, sure.
Yeah. Oh there, buddy.
And you
You're
catch
okay.
Vinicio as he passes out.
Okinil picks him up. And we'll take him over to the mats. Come on, bud.
Delia in the background mutters something about a miracle.
Just gets his pillow out, puts it under Vinicio's head, and then leaves him to it. And we'll leave his water skin next to him as well. Pulls out his notepad and puts "drink me," Oak and Heel, and then puts it on the water, and then goes back to it. He's okay. He's all good. He's just snoozing.
You'd think I'd have grown used to these kinds of things, says Cecilia.
You see. Okay, planning time, right?
I'd never seen a way to cure a vampire before.
It's messy. That one was actually quite nice.
Yeah. But that also did require the blessing or power of a god, so, not easy.
We were like a family of God.
Yes.
To be fair, we have spoken to quite a few gods now, I think. Oh, wow. Anyway.
Alright. Is there anything else anyone wants to say?
Want to go over the plan again? Or is this before the plan?
I think Darius will look over to you, Isandra, while Cecilia kind of starts to respond. And he'll say, there is another way. We could manage all of this.
Yes, that is. He was going to tell me last night, but I had urged him to wait. So, Darius.
So I have waited. I already know you're not going to like what I'm about to say, but I think you should have the information anyways, all of you. The rank and set of a vampire can be stolen, in a way, by feeding upon them. This is normally done by another vampire, but technically most any person could do it. It's just less pleasant.
No.
Yeah, you're not suggesting what I think you're going to suggest, right?
I am, so that you understand all of your options. Because the person who did so would then have the power over the others beneath them. And could order them with discrimination. Though the taking on of such a burden, it's not something to be looked upon lightly. He seems to realize he's sort of wandered out into the middle and will quickly shuffle back to the side.
But would that spare the constant death after Laduca dies?
No. It would be worse, even, I fear. Because you would have to choose and execute them yourself.
That sounds
Is-
fucked.
Is
How?
it better then for the death to happen so indiscriminately across hundreds of people?
A great power, one to choose, and with a terrible responsibility.
So the options are we get rid of them, or we control them? That's what the two options are, I'm assuming?
I've seen it
With the
happen
massive
before.
weight, I'm assuming, with the massive, extremely, soul-crushing weight being put on Lysandra, I'm assuming.
I never said that I would.
No, I'm not saying you would. I'm saying if that was the option.
Yes, whoever would take up such a burden.
Right.
Cecilia shakes her head.
So does
We are
Barbara.
bound by oath to end these things, not to propagate them by choice. I specifically took an oath to remove vampires from the face of the planet. I prefer, if we go with the plan, to remove them.
I agree.
Not for the same reasons, but I agree.
Well, at the end of the day, it will be you all who push the option of your choice. Most of us here will be aiding you in one form or another. Our plan had 3 groups formed. One, who will be going with Miss Loretta through the front gates as member of her retinue. A facade that won't last forever, so you'll need to escape from the crowds quickly if you can. But it will get you inside the castle, close to the basement. You just need to escape prying eyes and find your way downstairs. Another group will be sneaking through, somewhere tall and out of sight. There is a whole half of the castle that doesn't face the city. And sneaking your way down through it into the bowels. The third group may just be Karuna now. Unless we want to assign someone else to it as a backup, just in case things go terribly wrong, so that we collect the information on Asimundus from his laboratory within. Step 1 is to organize ourselves into these groups.
You think me and Boone were with Loretta? Because stealthing is not our strong suit, and O'Connell just shakes his arm, and it's like frying, it's like pots and pans shaking together.
There might be some value in her catching a suncaster, but I can't sneak away.
If need be, we can present you as such. But I think to start, we can simply call you one of my servants, yes?
I don't like that, just to go on the record, but yes.
Do you need bodyguards if you were a vampire or not?
I would often have several with me. Need
Okay.
them? No, but
I get you.
it's expected you bring and show off your people.
Understood.
Alright. Those who are going to be going through the front door, or who think they would be best doing so, stand near Loretta. And those who think they'd be best sneaking in, let's stand near Isandra. And finally, if you think you would like to replace Venetia, for I fear whatever that magic has done will put him out of commission for some time, stand with Karun.
As Sarah come forward, O'Connell high fives Sarah.
Gives you a little high five.
Boone's gonna lean down to Bonnie and be like, I'm going to have to carry you. Can you tuck your legs and teeth and tongue in?
Now I realize how you can see me so well, Sarah, and it's fucked.
Like I said, try not to take it poorly.
Yeah, I'm trying. I still think you're awesome, don't worry.
I think Darius will step down towards Karuna.
The level 1 civilian.
He can cast Firebolt.
He can make some sounds with thaumaturgy. Ooh.
I can't even do that. He's got prestidigitation.
Oh shit! He can clean things.
Smells.
Ooh.
All right. 7 at the gate. 6 sneaking in. And 2 going in from the gate and splitting off.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Approaching from the front gates is simple enough. I imagine for us, we can simply approach from the lake side. It's around. You can get us
We
away,
should have.
Apisondra, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can get us away up, right?
If I am sent slightly ahead, I could scope out an area to go through. Or rope if you want to be that bold.
Well, Rope's trustworthy, Yogi.
And also, I just want to. Lysandra is clearly not listening to like the past several
Yeah.
minutes. He's just kind of been shuffling.
What was that, Boone? You were going to say something?
I was just going to comment that it would be really, really convenient if we collected an aquatic priest.
Yes, that would be oddly useful for the very start of this.
That one was just for me, guys. Sorry.
Well, I'll lay out the maps. Have at least one member of your team try to memorize some of them. She starts to lay out the maps Darius had given you all. Just across the floor. We're aiming for the basement. She motions. And I suppose we should leave sooner rather than later, so that they're not expecting us.
Oh, yeah, there was something about that. Frondra, what was that about them seeing us during the fight yesterday?
Yeah, so I didn't really mention it in the moment. I don't know if you actually picked up on it, Boone, or not, but that thing we fought, Azamundus was definitely watching through that. That was why I so frantically flew over to you on Swift. Thank you, Swift, and got that thing off of you.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. It's like a
I guess.
thank you. That's Boone did not forget about that. Thank you. That's
Weirdly, it's better that it's Mundus and not the Duke, I guess.
Yeah, they don't seem to have left on good terms, so I don't really know if he would let him know that we were coming, but it's certainly possible.
Less of a chance, at least.
Yes. I imagine the only thing we'll have to worry about is his minion not reporting back to him soon enough.
Like we're quick enough, you won't have to worry about it yet.
Right.
Here, let me copy down some of these maps. Lysandra will take out a journal and he'll begin to make a copy of, at the very least, the internal map of the castle.
Boone
Absolutely.
will take a moment to remember it as well.
Absolutely.
O'Keneal's gonna say he will, and then we'll not remember it in the slightest.
I can remember entire forests. Surely I can remember the interior of a manor.
You're looking at it. This castle is 5 stories. It has over 300 rooms. And about 7 different secret passageways entering into it.
O'Keneal sees the first level of the map. He's like, "Nope, I'm good."
And yet-
There's no space for it in there.
And yet, I imagine Jax will be able to remember and navigate it.
Yeah. There's a reason Jax is the boss. There's a reason for it. There's many reasons for it, to be fair, but
Each group will have at least one copy of the map. Then, based on what people are doing here. But you probably don't want to take out a map of the castle while you're in the castle, so on and so forth.
Who would have thunk it?
Spend a little bit preparing, making sure all your own supplies are ready.
Can Oaknell goes to Frandra, he's like, can you check these now? I cleaned them all up and stuff. I shined them and everything. They're nice and shiny.
We are gonna have a rest before we get to the castle itself, right?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I'll cast Identify on the armor and the axe. I know Vorpal axe, but this is mostly just to check if they're cursed.
Yeah, that's what Oaknell wants to check them out, is just because of the source that we got them from.
Alright. So...
I swear to God. If it's fire resistance, I swear to God.
Identifying the armor and the axe. The armor seems to have some kind of latent transmutation magic on it that can be activated. And you think it will cause the armor to move?
Interesting. Okay.
Otherwise, it's just plate armor.
Gotcha.
And the axe is simply a Vorpal axe.
Alright. Parandra will go to Oakneel and say, armor shouldn't hurt you. It's got a weird enchantment on it, but nothing curse-like. Apparently you can order it to move? I don't know what that's about.
I'll find out.
However, do you not want the axe? You got your own?
I got my own. If we're not using it, I guess we could sell it, but if someone can use it, they might as well.
That's what I was thinking. Do you mind? I have someone in mind.
Boone?
No, I think Boone. You like your sword, Boone?
You can't have my sword.
Yeah, that's about what I thought.
Fair enough.
Flaming Will is very nice to me.
Yeah, go for it.
And then Front will take the axe and bring it to Adern.
Oh shit! Yeah, that makes
Adern will
perfect
have
fucking
it.
sense.
I could make use of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darn, you are so cool. Sorry. Oh goodness. Just
No, Hey, I'm happy you said it.
I'm glad
Someone
people
needed
still
to.
think it. Once upon a time, I was a guardian and trainer at this temple. Taught many pupils.
I'll have to learn a thing or two of you from you then.
We'll see what I can teach you when we travel. At least one of my pupils turned out good. Nods vaguely in the direction of Delia.
Everyone, we're doing that thing that we do before we do something where we dilly-dally. And so I'm going to get my last dilly, and then we can dally. We're going to make a really good story. And I pray that we're all around to hear it. In one way or the other.
And with that, your small caravan heads out.
Oakneel puts on armor.
Before we go to bed on just one of the nights, I would like to cast Sending to Cynthia. I'll probably end up using a few spell slots for it. So I'm gonna be having a conversation, which is why I waited until the end of the day. I'm just gonna start with Cynthia, where are you?
Now I have to think.
Is she at the club, actually?
I know where she is. I don't know if or how she would be able to respond. It can be done mentally.
That's not worrying.
I'll roll a wisdom saving throw for her.
Yeah.
That's not worrying at all.
Oh,
Hey.
That's pretty good.
She succeeds. Pained breaths pierce into your mind as in single thoughts she pushes a message to you. Dungeon. Torture. Help.
All right. I'll send another one back, just saying. Assuming you mean in the castle. Frandra's about to say something and then doesn't. Say, I hope it'll turn out good for you, and then he'll
Oh.
stop. With the intention, like
Yeah.
he's about
Yeah.
to say something, and then he stops himself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Makes perfect sense.
And then if she responds, she responds, but he doesn't.
Yeah, you won't get my response back this time.
Damn, that's brutal.
And after that, he will relay that to the party. He'll just say, Dingia's in a dungeon somewhere. She's alive, if I had to guess. That's where we're going.
So she's okay.
We find them and cure them before we. No, okay.
We
In the moment. That's in the. Those are in the moment decisions.
Yeah, and also correct me if I'm wrong. We only got one more of those. If we want to make sure we can try and save these people, we gotta use it on the Duke.
Are we gonna try that?
I figured that's what we were doing. That's I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't the conclusions that they probably would still die?
Yeah, that's what I thought the conclusion was. Adds
It's
more risk
possible.
without any more reward.
It's possible, but Boone does have a point. The way we did it before was with magic and divinity, but this is just pure, unadulterated divinity. They can work miracles we haven't seen before.
But that
And it's
curse
just a
is
box.
so old.
And isn't it also some sort of divinity or something to do with I can't remember their name. Lucania?
Saint Lucinia.
Something like that.
I mean, not precisely, but the reason why Leduc is in Para is because of Saint Lucinia, or the Diviscardi line is in general. Yes, Oakenhill?
I'm just confused, but I'm going to keep the confusion in my head and try and
What do
figure
you
it out.
mean you're confused? What are you confused about?
I thought I understood the stuff in the temple that we went to, but I don't. But it's okay because it's religious stuff and I don't understand religion. Don't worry about it. If it understands in my head, it will click. If not, I'll ask someone later.
The
It's nothing big.
Diviscardi family is in power because of Saint Lucinia, and part of them being put into power, they had gotten access to a bunch of artifacts, which the Diviscardi family is supposed to keep track of. And one
They
of
were
those
told to
artifacts, it was depicting their rise of power.
They were told to seal them by Saint Lucinia. Saint Lucinia told them to protect them and seal them away. I think I remember. That was it. I knew it was something to do with Saint Lucinia. That was all.
Mm-hmm.
All good.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what to. I feel that that's going to be something that's going to be determined by in the moment, because I feel like we can save him if he's in his coffin, you know, sleeping. If he's trying to bite my throat, I'm going to attack him.
I don't care about saving Laduca, and I need to make that very clear.
That's fair.
I care about saving literally anybody else, especially those that are undeserving and unaware of what's going to happen. Because Vinicio didn't know that if we killed Laduca, he was going to die. So I imagine that is true for a lot of them, if not all of them.
Difficult. I don't like that we have this much influence on the actions that we do. I don't like it. I don't. The fact that the actions we do can infect an entire kingdom, or duchy, or whatever you want to call it, is terrifying.
Thanks.
I'm still going to be beside whilst we do it, but it's just scary stuff, you know?
happy we have the influence because we have to think about our choices.
I know, but like I used to, like a few years ago, I was just living in a tree. You know?
I know I can't stop thinking about the choices.
Yeah.
Is it Reset
Which one?
to kill Haduka?
Rather than
I mean,
What is the other
Like-
option?
oh, are you saying the other option was just leave? Is that what you're saying? Or saving him with the, using the curse thingy booper?
To kill him, kill him at the end of the day. Who knows, right? Both of those outcomes could warrant the death of who knows how many
Mhm.
people. Unwittingly.
But like you said before, when we were in the temp, it stops that cycle. The cycle that's been going on here, where people die for no reason and become vampires, or people are suffering and are in pain. It stops that. At least something has to change. If not for the people that are vampires and the people that are suffering because of the vampires.
When is a sacrifice small enough for us to consider it just a part of the greater good Oaken Hill?
Oh boy.
Look, if we're going off of each and every one of us, I think we gotta get rid of him. That's just my view on this. Even if all those people die, we have to get rid of him. Sorry, your face.
I feel like it's just another wrong thing that
Demons deafen themselves and not realize, I don't think.
I think they're cat.
Oh.
Oh, no, Dima's headphones just died.
Oh.
There we go. Sorry. My headphones shit
Okay.
out.
I thought you deafened yourself and didn't realize somehow.
No, I did. Well, I mean, I realized that I deafened myself. But my headphones just gave out like as soon as Just said the "we still have to kill him" bit, and I couldn't hear anything after that.
We didn't say much. Jax was about to say something.
I feel like I can't speak for everybody, but I feel like this has to be a situation where we have to do wrong to do right.
Everyone nod.
Creel nods as well.
I mean, that's why I take penance. Sometimes to get the right effect, you need to do things that'll hurt people.
Just every other time we've done stuff, it's been monsters. There's been a clear divide, you know? This one's just different.
Well, for once, I'm the one that's getting cold feet about killing people.
I just looking at our options. None of them are great. You know, if we leave, that pool of people that dies if Laduca dies only gets bigger, and then we or someone else stronger than us has to come back and make this decision again. If we kill him, hundreds of people die, and hundreds of innocent people die as well. And if you, not saying you even considered it, but if you take over, that's the only guarantee we have that all those people live, but it doesn't change anything. Just puts us right back where we started. I feel, with your suggestion, Boone, with the blessing that you have, that's our best shot to get the best outcome out of all this. We don't know if it's going to work, but it's better than the guarantee that something bad is going to happen.
Are we? A few days ago, I said that we've been carrying torches for a really long time. Are we? Are we just afraid to carry this one?
In the past, everything that has been at risk has always been us.
Yeah.
More or less.
I think I don't want these people to die. If we can somehow prevent that, that is the option I want to go with. But I also do not want these people to have the power to continue to lord over the little ones.
Let's say we heal the Duke or cure the Duke. We then leave people like Marshall Juice and stuff without anyone in charge, so they can do what they want. Yes, there's going to be a lot of vampires, especially mainly the lesser ones, that aren't bad people and stuff like that. They won't die, but there's still awful people that now aren't going to be under the fear of the Duke, and there'll be a fight for power most likely, and
Well,
just be a different bad option.
I don't know, actually. I obviously I've never lived here. I don't know a lot about the duchy, and he'll like look at Isandra and say, but I feel like the thing that's making the duchy so scary is the fact that it's full of vampires. I think if there's people in power here that don't have all that scary voodoo that's kept them here this long, they're not gonna be as much of an issue anymore.
Right,
What if
but
But
you gonna say, Sandra?
that also comes at the cost of all of the other spawns that they have also sired.
yeah.
And also, us doing this cure, we don't know that it gets rid of the vampirism of everyone that the Duke sired. What if it doesn't? You know?
If I don't know how well, if they survive, they'll even survive in this region. Because we've already seen how deadly it is and how much they relied on the Keeper in Tulum alone.
I said it once to Darius in passing, and I don't think that the statement is true as much now as when I had initially said it. But I've never really been much of a person to make things right. I've always been on team making things even. And I've gotten everyone else involved in this. And please don't... I'm grateful that I have everyone around me willing to help me uproot this issue. But I wanted to put that out there so you lot at least can begin to understand where my head is at.
I agree. I understand. But I also want to make it clear that I am not so dedicated to getting rid of him for the sake of vengeance either. He didn't do nothing to me. He did do something to you, and I do give a shit about that. But I don't want to kill him for vengeance. These people, all these people that are gonna die if we do this, I'm gonna be honest, I think they died a long time ago. Their lives, whether innocent or not, have been now designed to prey upon everything that they can find. I'm not saying they're monsters. I actually think very few of them are. I know that one is, though. I don't know. It feels harsh to say, but this feels like more of a mercy than anything. I don't want to kill him. And like you said, Boone, if we find a way to make this, do this proper, make all of them healed from whatever curse this is, I don't give a shit how long it takes. I'll do it. We don't have that. And I'm not going to wait around for that to fall in my lap.
Sarah,
Sarah looks up. She's, you know, there's like another pile of logs and a campfire. The next one over, she looks over from that one.
you said the gods require great sacrifice, right?
Always.
We have slightly different opinions on that, but I do agree. What kind of sacrifice would be required to cure all vampirism?
She shakes her head. I couldn't even fathom what would be enough. A single life is worth precious things, more than you could gather in a normal person's lifetime.
I'm going to think, everyone. But I think we need to make our drop dead decision. That if we can't snap a twig and fix it all, what do we do? Does he live or die?
As awful as it is, I will die.
Like,
I'm gonna sleep on it, but I feel the same. He motions to Jackson Okunio.
Sandra?
It just doesn't feel right that everyone else gets to die, but I, the killer, gets to remain. I want him out of the equation. So if what it takes is killing him, I want that to be a last resort, especially with what we know comes after the fact.
We get to be cursed with life sometimes. Blessed other times. Neither, most of the time. If you want him out of the equation no matter what, then I'm with you. And I'll vote aye.
The message travels through the camp as you decided the ultimate decision should it come down to it. It makes sense. Where you're going, what you're doing. Karuna will look back at you, Ferandra. And she is perhaps... she's much less somber. As she turns around and she sees you looking somber, she reaches back over and turns back, and she's added spikes to her shoes. For climbing.
I've got to chuckle at that a little bit. And I think as, like, I imagine we're gonna, like, start settling down for the night. Frondra will look to Isandra, or go to him, and say, I've actually thought about this quite a lot as of late, and I suppose I just want you to know that I know what you mean when you say that. And I want you to know that having to live while people in your exact same situation, people you at one point might have considered family, are dying all around you, it fucking sucks. So, kind of preaching to the choir a bit, I imagine.
If there's any further roleplay you all want to have, feel free. Of course, I want to make as much space for that as I can. And 2, for your strategizing, this is a relatively important mission. If you want to have said your characters have had conversations when we get to it next session, that's just fine. Because we're going to enter a montage of sorts.
Oh boy. Oakenhill is going to put on the plate armor, by the way, so I don't know if that's any. Does it have to be attuned?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Not magical. Not that way. Not attunement, anyways.
And Oakenhill spends part of it trying to figure out what Rondra meant by move. The armor moves.
I didn't even know what it meant.
Yeah.
Your remaining travel is a couple hours together. And then a couple hours split apart as some of you head towards the front of the city through the main gates. And some of you head towards the back end of the city, by the lake, where you can sneak around the sides and get up to the back side of the castle as it looks out over the large lake. You think you can see the monastery from here?
I will say when we get somewhat close, the back group I will be casting Pass Without a Trace.
Got it.
Doesn't need to be RP'd or anything, but Oakenhill will do his usual thing before we get close. Like before people within people view, Oakenhill will get his stone out to his grandpa and just send some sort of message And yeah, the usual.
Absolutely. Oh, he'll reply back, I don't know what you're getting into, but you'd better be safe, alright? You've got to
Okay, I'll
take
do it.
over this village when I'm done one day in 2 or 3 centuries.
O'Connell doesn't reply to that one. Like, tries to stop himself from crying and puts the stone away.
Actually, made me a little
As I
sad.
try to stop myself from crying, because bastard.
I'm known to be evil from time to time.
I'm aware. Using my questions of the day against me.
Um, Very
Yeah, I'm all
quickly,
good.
right before we run in, Frondra will look to Isandra and say, "Do you think there's any value in me looking like you? Just so, I don't know, just a touch of confusion?"
What do you have up your sleeve?
Well, I'm mainly concerned if people see us walking about the halls. I'd rather them not see someone, you know, a random, like, elf, and he, like, just turns into, like, an elf that he's seen before. I'd rather be able to look normal for a moment and then slip away and become a guard or whatever. And also, if things get hairy, I'd rather things be confusing for the person we're fighting. Give us a little bit of an edge.
Oh, that's fine.
Alrighty. Become Isandra.
That's not gonna,
Ligard.
that's not gonna be confusing for me at all. Oh, I didn't
Just-
swap
just-
your thing out. That's okay. Do that at the end of the session.
Just refer to him as Farandra for ease. Ligard.
Some of you approach the castle from the lakeside with an old trick, some rope tied at a high location, carefully pinned between rocks at specific points. Folks can climb up at one of the blind points to a high entrance on the castle through one of the windows in the tower on the unpopulated side of the castle. You'll be sneaking through the less lively locations, but you will need to travel further. The rest of you travel in host with Loretta di Viscardi. Through the city, past old, slumped buildings, several of which are in disrepair. Undead giants and guards seem to act as the law here. Though people move about as normal, for the most part. A priest gives a warding gesture as you pass. Surely a coincidence. Then at the gates you are welcomed by someone just as gaunt as all the other vampires you have met, and led into the entryway of the castle. Would Team Sneak or Team Social like to go first?
John, you want us to go first, or do you want them to go
I
first?
say Team Social. Team Sneak always
Yeah?
gets to go first.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, why not? Do it. It's gonna go great. What's with the dumb stat of charisma? It's gonna go great.
Mine's not dumb. I'm good. We're golden.
So-
We're golden.
Okay, good. You're doing the talking.
I designed this a couple of times, and what I landed on was a sort of skill challenge, but it's a little different. It's a skill challenge, but I'm going to present you with little scenarios here and there to help you inform your decisions as you go through. Team Social will have slightly more difficult scenarios, but we'll have less scenarios because you're closer to the basement.
Okay. I'm not terrified at all.
There might be things you do during this which will allow you to either regain the use of a skill for a future one. You may also use your abilities and resources to help you pass these checks and whatnot. Just tell me how you want to do it. The first thing that comes across for Team Social as you are brought into the main entrance hall, which splits into a number of different areas. As you enter, you are immediately met by some servants dressed in simple dark clothing, their necks notably visible with several scars across them, bite wounds. Around you, there are a number of nobles and their retinue, talking, wine being passed around. It looks like people are just waiting for something to happen in one of the other locations. A little too quickly for comfort, one comes over, leaving a woozy-looking servant behind. They have a big smile across their face. It's an older gentleman. He's wearing rather sparkly clothes. Why do you have diamonds in your cuff? Anyways. And he says, Loretta, you look warm. Very warm. How did you do that? What is your makeup? As he kind of leans in with the group, and a number of his group shuffles in. And this is your first scenario, Team Social.
O'Keneal is just trying to look deadpan as fuck.
The madam has taken to laying with rocks warmed in the sun.
Yes, she says, of course, it's, well, a new technique brought out from out east. He looks a little confused.
Would you like for me to put in an order for the stones to be delivered to your manor as well?
You know, I might like to try that.
We have taken them from, well, some undesirables, if you might understand.
Ah, I see, of course. Yes. Next time you're down south in Lanyan, just let one of the officials know. They'll have you brought to the right location. I'm sure we could have some more gathered up if there is more.
Of course, in the colors of your home, would you prefer a dark stone or a light stone?
Oh, a light stone, I think, if possible.
Madam, is this acceptable? Am I allowed to work on this?
Of course, please. A favor to the account is always something beneficial to us all, I think.
It would be my honor.
Boon. What kind of check do we think this is? Probably
Nothing.
It's just a success. It just works.
Just
It's called up charismatic and let it slide.
Let's run with a general charisma check here. Because you've certainly brought them in and pulled attention away from this, and hopefully you'll also be able to quickly help, you'll have started by diffusing the initial situation, making it all seem normal.
Nope.
You have many helpers with you today. In this case, it'll probably be Loretta who sweeps in. You can roll again.
oh
Nope.
my.
He goes, yes. Now, why don't you all come and travel with me this way, all of you here? We can sit down in the parlor and we can discuss the details of this. Come along, Loretta. We haven't talked in so long.
O'Keneal doesn't know what to do. O'Keneal's trying to act like a deadpan bodyguard right now, so he's just like, just trying to look like he's pissed off at the world.
Alright.
Boone will wait for Loretta to move and then we'll follow.
Yeah.
Yep, she'll move and you guys will follow over to one of the nearby areas. You begin sitting down and papers are being laid out. Small talk is being made.
Whilst
It is empty.
the small talk, whilst the small talk, does the person that Loretta's talked to slip their name at all? Is their name mentioned?
Yes. Yes. This would be Valerdi Viscardi.
Okay, we're good. You said the line and I shot myself, thought it was Master Juiced. We're good. Sorry, I was shit myself for a second there. We're good.
He's somewhere in here. May you not
Don't
run
say
into
that,
him.
you fucking asshole.
As they sit, like as they're gathered and they sit, Boone will pull red clay from his bag, like the tip of it onto his nail, and brush it upon Loretta's cheeks.
Absolutely.
And like beat it into her skin.
Certainly, you can kind of like rub that across, and it does have some effect on her, less than it might on a truly gaunt vampire. That's probably for the best.
You were looking, you know, it flakes
Thank
when it
you.
gets dry.
Oh, right. We had ought to find our way, to one of the water sources. Can you go make sure we have some on hand, just in case? I wouldn't want to become all flaky on during dinner, especially.
Oh, yes, ma'am. And
I'll
Boone
make
will
sure they don't get
stand.
lost.
Oh, I do get lost. Is that all right, ma'am?
Of course.
And Boone will stand and start fucking off.
Yeah, I know you will follow.
Absolutely. O'Neil,
Mm-hmm.
make me an intimidation check. You're trying
With
to
intimidation, can I use strength because it's all fucking in armor and shit? Because I know that's sometimes an option with barbarians, but it's fine if it's not. Because if
not in
intimidation,
this case, but don't worry,
okay.
It's taken into account.
I've got an inspiration, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we're gonna use an inspiration. We gotta use. Oh!
Could you imagine if you rolled a 1?
I would cry. I'd just take my heads off and leave, to be honest with you.
I would have
That
rolled.
is lucky. All right. You, Boone, and several others get up without issue to exit. and
Oh,
move
because they're all with
forwards.
us. I forgot.
Yeah, you have an entourage.
We have a whole entourage with us, and me and Boone just tried to dip and leave them. Oops.
We're navigating, okay? We're trying.
fact-
it's stressful.
Loretta is the only one left behind. As
That's
you
fine.
all move forwards.
That's fair.
As they're getting up and leaving, Boone will turn and walk up to Loretta in like a very proper way. Like try to be very proper. His armor's nice. And he'll lean down beside her ear and say, I don't forget that you asked me to remind you about what was his name? The servant. You liked his blood from last time. I believe I've seen him.
She blinks a bit, looks up at you. Seems like whatever you're saying is lost on her, but she's worried.
Would you like to drink before anyone else does?
Oh, Valere, I'll be right back. And she'll stand up and come with you all.
Good save, Boone. Good save.
And as they're walking away, Boone turns to the Count. And if I may, I'm more than happy to save this delectable artery for you as well, Count.
I would quite appreciate that. You have
An honor as well.
Servant, Loretta. You all can pull away into one of the side halls. There's just a couple people moving through it. And Loretta will lean in and say, I'm going to have to go back with somebody. But at the very least, I can use the time to come up with some story as to why you all are further off in the castle.
Do you have to come back with one of us?
I could be anyone, you just said a servant. You. She points over to somebody passing by, and they look over. It's one of the castle servants. Come with me. They'll start to follow.
We don't mind to mumble under his breath. That is a terrifying woman. Keeps walking.
Yeah.
Team social keeps moving. Dahlia heaves a sigh of relief. I thought I was going to have to go all flaming door there.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to go well for a second.
Good thing you all got back together. Very proper. I could not have done that.
I was bullshitting.
It worked.
I'm glad.
This is a weird question, Zach. What are the door handles like in here?
They're a mixture of like brass knobs and more decorative levers.
Okay. I'm going to give some note. I'm just trying to think of what we can do to block those doors when we have a stampede of vampires charging us. Anyway,
And then we'll hop briefly over to stealth team. Climbing up, you can already hear what your first challenge is going to be. Some of the windows are open, and there is clothes that is kind of flying out into the wind a little bit. You can hear some servants gossiping, and it seems they're setting out clothes to dry. You can climb up and find your way to the top of the tower. There's a trapdoor that opens up into stairs that spiral downwards through the tower to the various different levels of the castle. And you can hear them fairly clearly. They're not immediately visible, but they could only be 1 or 2 bends down further. I'll speak some random gossip while you're thinking, I guess.
So, I could send Swift to just go flying into the room and then start booking it.
So, okay, I have an idea that's gonna cause a lot less mayhem and immediately bring attention to us. I can be literally anyone ever. Is there a noble that you think would be here that I've seen that I could impersonate and just give them a simple go over there and then we can leave?
Could be Jean-Luca. Oh,
That's what I was thinking, Jean-Luca. Is that agreeable? We got that?
That's a much better idea.
Alright. And Ferandra will kind of like fluff up his refraction, but like try and keep the like puffs a little bit hidden, so it's more akin to what Jean-Luca would wear, but clearly more extravagant. And then he will change into Jean-Luca. Let me just. And he will begin to walk with a very like loud step. This guy's always wearing, beautiful shoes, so he has like a very, what's it called? What is it, like stone or wood? He's making his steps known.
Mm-hmm. The tower itself is certainly stone.
Gotcha.
And then numerous rooms have wood flooring and walls and whatnot, beams. Very well. Would you make me a deception check?
Well, I shouldn't do that because then I'm gonna get a 1, and then it's gonna be over for me. No, that's a 21.
Yeah. Stepping in, a quick look. The couple of servants look over. You hear the end of one sentence of them. Then I have something to answer for, I think. Young master, of course, welcome back.
I'll stop. He'll narrow his eyes and kind of look around at all of them. And then he will he'll kind of pinch the bridge of his nose as if he's slightly frustrated about something. And then he'll say, there are some new things that must be taken care of, some different affairs. I need you all to vacate yourselves from the room, please.
Of course, sir. Well, For how long?
Only a few minutes.
All right. They sort of wave to each other and start to pass by. They kind of close a door in a nearby room.
I'll look around, make sure nobody else is there. And then I'll just turn around, maybe like stamp my foot on the ground a couple times, signal them over.
And then we'll come sneaking down the corridor, I suppose.
And I'll like lead a bit ahead of them in case anybody else shows up.
All right. For those following behind, is there anything you'd like to do to add to any of this?
No, but I don't think Isandra's gonna be sitting in the clump of people. I think he's probably like climbing around on the walls like a freak.
All right.
Like Nisandra, then.
Okay.
I don't have anything to it.
All right. Then I'm going to quickly run through your next one since you cleared that really fast. More noise. This time, less pleasant. Someone is weeping quietly on the stairs up ahead.
Okay. Brother will stop and wait for everybody else to catch up to him before he moves past the wall so they can discuss if need be.
Certainly. You come together. Sandra's on the wall.
Do we think that there's another servant?
It's entirely possible. Still Jean-Luc, by the way. It's entirely possible. I can get a closer look to see if it's anyone of importance. If not, I can do the same thing I did before, but I can't imagine I can tell anyone here to do, with this visage.
Be one of those servants from earlier, just in case it's somebody of importance.
Alright. He will turn into one, and then he will hand refraction to Isandra.
And Isandra will take it and gently fold it. We'll be right behind you in case anything goes awry.
Of course. And Ferandra will begin to walk down the stairs. He'll fold his hands behind his back, watching the way that he's walking, trying to be very diligent and observant. Very aware.
Absolutely. Sitting on the stairs near one of the doors, which is closed, it leads out onto probably the second floor of the castle. There is a very well-dressed woman who appears to be in her late 60s. She's not in silks or whatnot, but what she's wearing has fur to line it, and she has a single jeweled necklace on. And she's currently sort of crying into her hands.
Ferandra will take a step forward and purposefully make it loud enough for her to hear it. But not, yeah.
She looks back towards Gianluca, supposedly.
Oh no,
right?
I'm the servant.
You're the servant now. Gotcha. Towards the servant, she says, fetch me just some kind of cloth."
Oh, of course, madam. And I'll stop for a second. And I'll say, if it isn't rude of me to pry, what is wrong?
She looks up. And make me a persuasion check.
Where's it at? I know
Oh
it's
no, the bard's got to make a charisma check. No.
Where's my persuasion? There it is.
Plus 53 or something, yeah. Something ridiculous.
No, I don't. It's Loretta. She's arrived at the castle. I told her she should not have come again. Not for this. She has to, but she should have gone straight to him. She will not be well if she stays. Loretta, why did you come?
Frondra will pause for a moment. And will say, well, I can certainly get you that cloth, but I think it would be best if you go tell her that. And he'll kind of lean in, maybe a bit in secret. He'll wink.
Get me that cloth. Give me time to clean up.
Of course. Frondra doesn't know where to get a cloth. He'll walk back up the stairs a little bit, and the second he's like away from eyesight, he's gonna look to everyone and be like, "Cloth, anything at all."
Plain looking handkerchief that he has. It's like typical rune.
All right, thank you. And he'll grab it and then gingerly walk back over very calmly. And here you go, madame, and hand it to her.
Thank you. And she'll start wiping her face off. There's bits of makeup that she wipes away. Says, can you get me a mirror as well, dear? Sorry.
Oh, yes, Yes, of course. And she'll turn around and walk back up the stairs and go, do you have a mirror? Do any of you have a mirror? Wait, was she a vampire?
That's an excellent question. I'm going to leave you guys to think, and we're going to hop down to the social group.
You're gonna take. Still think Frondra will taste like plastic. I don't know why, but anyway.
No. You all managed to split off from the main area where the festivities are taking place, where people are gathering and things get a little bit quieter. They start to become distant. You can find your way out and through hallways. Loretta will move away with this one servant back towards Valere so that you all don't draw attention.
Fuck.
And you see, based on your memorization of the map, you can pull it out if you want now that you're not in the busy area. What appears to be the hallway in which there is the entryway to the tower, where hopefully your friends are nearing the end of, to get into the basement.
So the tower goes to the basement.
In front of the door, at either side of it, stands, at one side, an armored figure, full plate armor, halberd held up, just standing like a statue, but it's clearly a person. And on the other side of the door, in simple servant's clothing, with a blade at their side, is a gaunt-faced spawn, much like the guardian you saw before.
Fuck.
Are they reacting to us?
They haven't noticed you quite yet. You've just kind of peered around a corner.
Okay, what's the plan?
I have an idea. How wide is the hallway?
The hall itself is like it is fairly wide, enough to allow for 4 other rooms to be connected to it. While there's still space in here, it looks like a lot of the food and whatnot will be coming through here.
And just so I understand, we have to get through here and go down.
Yes, the door between those 2 people I described, who are the only people in here right now. No food's being served or anything or whatnot. Is the tower where hopefully your friends are, and which the stairs descend to the basement.
Can Boone try and cast Bless without anyone noticing?
Certainly, you can do that from around the corner.
Absolutely. He'll just quickly whisper in Draconic, and some light embers will appear amongst him and Oakenheel.
Who else is with us again? We've got me, Boone, the coachman.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
Coachman gets
Aiden
it,
and Sarah.
and Sarah gets it. Yeah, Sarah gets it.
Absolutely. Your traveling party is you
looking at the
2,
old
the
map we
coachman,
have.
Sarah, Adern, and Delia.
Mm-hmm.
Oakenheel, do you want this one or do you want me to take it?
What's your plan?
I'm going to go tell them that these people have misbehaved and need to go to the basement for feeding later.
Oh, I'll be the muscle again. I
Can
guess.
you? Okay, can you
What do you want
then
to do?
look get behind them and look like muscle?
Yeah, of course. Okay, gets out some rope.
Sure, you want to tie their hands and hold them.
Tie the hands loosely, so it looks like they're tied. Like they're still tied, but
You're gonna
they could get their hands
the
out.
rope around their hands.
Yeah. So that I could still tie their hands and stuff, but if they need to get their hands out and attack, they can.
Gotcha. Understood.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Here goes the fucking. If all else fails, everyone, just so you know, I'm going to stone shape this hallway closed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you could do that.
And then we killed them. What?
Well, I'm not going to kill them. I'm just going to lock them behind this wall.
No, I'm saying because we need to get through the door.
Oh, knock them unconscious.
Gotcha.
I've heard when you're wearing heavy armor, if you just hit them really hard against the head, they typically crumble. It's happened to
good
me
at
like 8 or 9 times.
I'm good at hitting hard. That's what I'm good at.
Okay.
It's my specialty.
And then Boone will round the corner and say, "Good day. These are to be taken downstairs for feeding."
The guardian will look to you and say, "Oh, down to the prisons, hmm? You're on the
Indeed.
wrong side of the castle for that, my friend."
Oh, my lady told me that this was the fastest way.
Of course she did. He looks over you all,
Oakenhill's got the angriest face he can possibly, the most gruffest face he can make.
and we're gonna get a combo from both of you.
Uh huh.
Sounds like pure persuasion from Boone, or deception. I guess it's more deception, isn't it?
They're the same.
And I guess athletics this time from Oakenheel.
Yay! Had some hope.
Hey,
And I
That's
got
really good.
Come on.
it's 19.
Don't forget your D4.
Oh, my D4.
Okay, 15 is what
15?
you needed. So
Oh, the bless.
Not for bless.
Oh,
Was
holy shit.
he looks unhappy about it. He says, "Very well, you're going to want to go in, and then you're going to have to travel northwards, eastwards, all the way to the other end. All right?"
I thank you for not making me return to my lady.
Yes. Well, if it was an order, it's not like I could disobey it anyways.
You understand. And Boone will just walk between them.
Mm-hmm. Oakenhill lightly kicks fucking Sarah in the back a little bit to get them moving.
And she'll go. She
Yeah,
hams it up a
and then-
little bit.
Yeah, and then gets moving.
And you all will make it down one set further. Good thing on that
Let's
bless
go.
there. Yes.
That bless was clutch. Holy shit.
We jump back to Stealth Group, who is somewhere higher up in the tower.
Oh, man. I look to Cecilia and I go, do vampires have reflections?
No, I can't see their reflections.
You said that some of her makeup was running.
Mhm.
Was her skin pale beneath the makeup?
It seemed to be, yes.
Okay. Frondra will just kind of go, shit. Okay, well, try something, but be ready to come down there in case she tries to kick my ass. And he's going to turn around.
Wait,
Going to
hold
walk
on.
down this. Oh,
I'm going to, would I be within, 60 feet still when, alright, I'm going to tap and just in case cast Warding Bond.
All right,
lovely.
certainly.
And I will walk back down to her, not having anything, and I will say, it seems all of the festivities have put me in a touch of hysterics. And I'll just look to her.
You and I
engage.
both. You and I both. That mirror, please.
He'll pause and say, I would love to get it for you, but what good would that do?
She pauses for a moment. We're gonna run out of Ferandra checks real quick here, so you other guys are gonna have to start stepping in. Yeah, I guess you can make me You've done the
Persuasion and
deception and the persuasion. Is there anything else you think might fit with this?
Can he continue? I have
can
something
continue.
else I can say that'll make it. I might be able to reason intimidation.
Sure.
When there's like this brief pause, Ferandra will sort of look down at her and frown, and will hold out a hand while the other one is sort of politely put a blow like right next to his stomach, and he'll say, if I may be a tad presumptive or crass, based off of what you said, it's possible this might be the last time you'll see her. I can tell by the looks of you that you look fine. I think it would be best if you make your way down now before it's too late.
Had I met you before this, you are a dear. She'll hold up her hand, and you can roll me that intimidation check.
Oh,
God, you're so ridiculously good at this. You would have failed on a natural 1.
so funny.
Grasp their hand. She pulls up with you. For a moment, you're worried she's going to pull you down, but she comes up with you instead. Why would I need a mirror anyways? I just feel like I haven't been here for the last 40 years.
He'll chuckle.
Hey, come now, let's go find Loretta. And she's going to start pulling you along with her towards the nearest door. If someone else wants to step in, you all can clearly hear their conversation, of course.
Yeah. Even if they did, I would have casted a message back like, help!
Help! Help!
Isandra's gonna, seeing this, he's gonna quickly dart up the stairs, getting as close to the wall as he can. And he's going to very loudly complain about leaving wet laundry behind. We weren't done, you know! As he's like coming down the stairs.
Make me an insight check. I could say kind of reading into the movements of the castle. I'm stretching it a little bit, but that makes sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you're pulling along with her, and she stops for a moment. I suppose I should go alone anyways. Go deal with that. We wouldn't want anyone else to have any problems today, goodness.
Yes.
Oceans are riding high all around.
And he'll bow. And then he will swiftly turn around and start walking backwards.
Alright. Perhaps your most difficult objective, needy old lady, has been cleared.
He'll just go grab Isandra by the shoulders and go, "Thank you so much." And he's gonna reach for refraction to put it back on.
And you'll give it back with these. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Alright. Marching downwards. The other group cleared this one first, so you guys don't have to worry about it.
Uh-oh.
As you are heading down, you'll catch up with the rest of your group
Oh.
at the entrance to the basement.
Yahoo!
Welcome to the dungeon, my friends. I have a map for you.
I'm not scared at all.
I have so many people I need to...
There is an army.
Luckily,
Have we just left Thingy to die? Which is out of character. But yeah,
It's possible.
Loretta. Yeah. Oops.
them?
I think she can fend for herself. I really do.
But if they realize she's not a vampire anymore, she's fucked.
That's true.
We're about to cause a commotion. It's okay.
Yeah, true.
Darius isn't here.
I think based on... Can you stop that, by the way? I think... I think based off of the conversation between Ferondra as the servant and that older lady, that they probably already know.
Yeah.
And then... You brought Bonnie, right?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. Boone's carrying her.
How did we get... Okay.
Chest.
Carrying a chest in is fine.
It's chest. It's just a big backpack with a lock.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When
Makes
Bonnie
perfect
saves your
sense.
life, you'll be happy.
Oh, of course. I'm always happy with Bonnie. It's just the question of getting them through.
When
But-
Bonnie eats the magic of the curse of vampirism.
I love the idea that in their fevered state, Vincenzo just wakes up, Benicio just wakes up, and no one is there.
I do like the idea of Bonnie eating the body.
Yeah. John, the podunk reality where Boone becomes the vampire lord of the duchy.
No, not Boo.
No,
Bonnie,
sorry,
Bonnie becomes a vampire lord.
Bonnie becomes
Bonnie
the
would be
vampire
a
lord of the
good
duchy.
lord.
Are we sure about that? Like, I love Bonnie, but are we sure about that?
No.
Yeah.
Now I have 3 Swifts. What is
What-
going on?
What?
Sorry,
You know,
I've had to
you-
regenerate the whole party several times. It's a little messed up. There's
You know
a lot
when-
of NPCs.
You know when Bonnie?
That's the goodest boy.
You know when Bonnie summoned the rest of the party, the chess version of us, the apple version of us.
Mhm.
What caused that?
Jax.
Jack's doing what? Like, did he feed
Feeding
them
Bonnie.
some?
Forgotten magic?
Okay.
Great magic?
So let's say we feed Bonnie an extremely powerful magical artifact that caused a greater vampire. How many apples do we think that's going to make? Do we think it's going to be like a whole oak tree, or like what are we thinking?
I'm afraid now.
That's a lot of
Bonnie
mimic.
will become the castle.
Ew.
That castle will become a mimic.
How many different types of magic can we feed Bonnie?
We might run ever so slightly long today.
All
I
good.
apologize. Here's your map.
Map.
More D&D,
I can be tired for work for Goobin time. Worth it. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Oh, sick. And wording bond lasts an hour.
I love it. Oh, it does? It lasts an hour?
Yeah, as long as we're within 60 feet of each other.
Okay, I'll make a point, even if the token doesn't represent it, to be right next to Jax then.
Because I've never actually had a proper item. Does anyone remember what the stone? How long the stone of true seeing lasts?
An hour.
An hour. Ooh. Okay.
It's just casting the spell True Sight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Oaknil knows magic so well. He'll understand that. Blah.
And you don't have to
Can
cast
see.
it on yourself. You can cast it on anyone.
Would you like to use the gem?
Yeah, Oaknil's going to use it probably on himself on this one. So he has true sight for an hour. Just because usually he can't see that much.
I'll
'Cause he's
unlock
got his
your
god
apologies. There you go.
You're all good.
Yeah, Oaknil now has true sight for an hour. Yippee.
I will keep that in mind. Come down, and there is a number of doors, a number of halls, a barrel with water slowly dripping into it from some kind of pipework in the walls.
Okay, what's the plan? We need to find. We got two objectives here. We need to find Cynthia and the Duke, right? Or just mainly the Duke.
Like, I feel like Duke was priority. Because if we break out Cinzia and then we have to fight the Duke, then Cinzia is going to help the Duke because of the match.
Yep, good point. And we're gonna have to make it clear now. When we find the Duke, what is the plan? Are we killing? Are we trying to cure him then kill him? What's the plan? We're gonna make a choice.
I'm going to try to cure him, I guess.
Okay.
Alright.
But if it doesn't work, then he dies.
But
yeah,
it's what we all decided on.
No, I agree, but there's no way we know if it works on. Oh no, wait. We will know.
Afterwards. We'll know
No.
afterwards.
No, afterwards. But I'm saying in the moment, there is one way we'll know if the magic is completely gone or not. And he looks to Aidan.
Aidan nods.
True.
As awful as it is. Okay. Do we know where he is, or does he move around here? What did Darius say? Is Darius with us? Where's Darius? Which one was Darius? Oh, Darius with the other group. What did Darius say? Did they move him around or something?
Yeah.
So we gotta
Was
search.
moved to the lower levels last I heard.
I guess we gotta search then, right? Okay. Oaknil just goes to the first door and listens to the door.
Absolutely.
Start searching.
You hear nothing inside.
Oaknil slowly opens the door.
A room.
Just a study or something. Nothing of use, just a study or something.
The door creaks open behind you all, the one to the right of the stairs.
Wait, what?
A servant looks out.
Oh!
Is she not visible? Not visible to you.
No,
guys.
she's not.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can't see anything.
There you go.
Oh, there she is. I'll peek back around.
That's a lot of you.
Isandra immediately looks to her eyes to try to perceive if she's, turned.
Certainly, she doesn't seem to be. Seems to be human.
Can I cast command and say ignore?
Are you all... Jack says ignore. I will make a wisdom saving throw.
for this peasant.
They fell. They stop and turn around and close the door.
Jam that door, or make it so it can't open or something.
We want that door to not be able to be opened.
For now.
Boom.
Save.
Another.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just jam it with something. Don't use a spell.
Isandra will take his crowbar and he will stick it underneath the handle of the door and tilt it.
Absolutely. The door shakes a little bit from the other side a few seconds later.
Okay.
Hello?
Does a quiet gesture
You
all
hear
around.
O'Connell goes to this next door and just carries on like nothing's happening.
you hear a door creaking further down.
Oh,
Fucking you
fucking
see the servant exit from another door.
fuck! We're gonna have to knock him out.
Ferandra is going to... What is he gonna do? I don't want to kill his servant. Ferandra is going to, in this moment, disguise himself as Gianluca.
Oh, good shout.
Still wearing refraction. Going to turn the corner. Going to just stand here and look. Just going to say, yes?
Sir, I think there's a number of intruders just behind where you came from.
He will look to this way, seeing all of his companions, and he will look back with a slightly irritated smile, and he'll say, well, according to my eyes, there appears to be nothing.
I'll, get back to work, sir. It's back in.
Fucking shit!
That's like a cute girl boss.
All the intruders directly behind him.
Sir was filled with various sacks of different foods and supplies, whatnot.
O'Connell opens a bit and eats a little bit of food and then leaves. All good.
Mouthful.
All good. He's like eating some oats. All good.
Okay. Enjoy.
Bit dry.
The
He's
Legion.
Saw the
Hold on.
unit move.
I think Ferandra and Isandra. I think. Do you look like Ferandra now, or do you look like
I look
Isandra?
like Isandra.
O'Connell
I'm
goes.
refraction.
Okay.
I'm
No, no.
wearing refraction.
What's that?
It's his like very, very vibrant, recognizable cloak, so you
Okay.
can tell.
Okay.
which
Yeah.
one's which.
O'Connell goes. Okay, so Isandra, and then looks at Ferandra and Isandra. You guys should go first, so you can know stuff's there, and then Ferandra can distract them and send them away as Gianluca, because that worked much better than us telling them to fuck off, basically. Right? And anyone tell me if I'm wrong? Like, if we got a better plan. But you being the freak that you are, climbing, you're doing usual.
Me? A freak? Never.
We're all freaks. Let's be real.
Based on Darius's map, Cecilia's like at the back.
Where are we
Looks
going?
like his room is in the center. We just need to find where the entryway is. It's supposed to be right around here, but there's nothing.
Like, how close is it meant to be?
I'm practically right here. She points to the wall.
Oh, do I need to
Yeah.
cast a spell now? Ooh.
Let's feel the wall first, Boone. Feel just,
Boone knocks.
Feels like a sturdy wall.
It feels like a wall.
With true sight, do I see anything?
No.
Hold on.
I don't know what to do then. Boone, do your thing.
Do I do my thing now, y'all?
I think you do your thing.
Would you, if you were to move that wall, would you be able to move it to where the stairs are, right behind us? You don't have to do that, but my worry is that if we use this and there's nothing there, we might as well make something good out of it by just blocking the path out.
I would just like to say that all of my ideas were good from the start. And Boone will stone shape this portion so it like half covers this wall.
Sure.
Basically, like he's basically stone shaping this as a door that swings like this to cover this.
Got it. Okay.
Like Play-Doh.
A large hole is opened in the wall, revealing hard rock and stone.
Yep, thought so. Yep. There's no entrance.
Yeah, they must have physically moved things.
Okay, well, maybe not all of my ideas.
Does that mean our map is wrong?
Why is it like this?
No, it just means that they probably changed the layout since last time.
What? The layout of the Earth itself?
Okay,
You
walls
literally just saw
literally
someone
not
manipulate stone.
Oh, because what Boone does is an everyday thing.
Okay.
Like, I don't mean to toot our own horn, but we're not normal.
Yes.
We'll come up with something for that. Wall's not working at all right now, so there's a hole there. And there's not a hole there.
So, I'd just like to point out what may already be obvious. Those servants are already talking about intruders, and I would almost bet that servant has probably gotten out by now.
But it's not a third entrance.
No, but it was. I heard the conversation between Frondra and the other one.
So we move quick?
Let's